Hey everyone. So now I'm on my warlock. That is my warlock that does mostly enchanting for all my different characters. And I'm thinking about easy ways to dump all these enchanting regents. And aside from making enchants that people can use on their weapons or rings and stuff, I've been thinking about, ways I can get rid of all this stuff and make some gold without having to go through the auction house, because the auction house is kind of a hassle. So for weapons, you see we have temporal crystals, and then we have these kind of earth type sorceress regents. So these items, I can't just vendor them, but I can sell them on the auction house. But again, that's having to deal with the whole auction house, which is a hassle I don't want to, unless I want to try to bulk, sell them in bulk for a really low reduced price. And maybe if I can put it at a reduced enough price, people will be like, oh well, I can buy this from this person who doesn't want to deal with listing them individually and then turn them around for a bigger profit for myself, which is just fine with me. I don't have an issue with that. I just don't want to spend hours and hours and hours on the auction house you know, trying to get rid of everything. So these crystals, well, on this auction house, I would go for something very, very low. What's the, oh. So here somebody put 200 of those in for about 6,000 gold. And I don't know if this is, oh, here's somebody put them in for 886. I mean, this is a possible idea for what to do to get rid of these items. Because even though there are going to be people who are going to want the enchantments, let's see, weapon. Wonder if they're going to be under weapon or not. Yeah. I mean, there's still the possibility that I could use my recipe and, sell a bunch of enchantments for weapons. Well, not a bunch, but enough that I could make a decent turn on profit. So I might do that. No, I don't want to clean up my bag. Oh God, don't ever clean up your bag if you like to find things. Oh, that was one thing after I found and tried clean bag, and it just made a mess of everything. Couldn't find anything, so I'd never clean bag ever again. So it is possible to turn these in times. I mean, I'm going to make more gold from selling a frost wolf, from like selling one frost wolf for 1,000 gold, just undercutting this dude so much that they absolutely hate my name forever and ever. Just make 4 of them, sell them for 1,000. Now I just made 4,000 easy gold. Or Shadow Moon. Let's see. Mark of the Shadow Moon. Yeah, Mark of the Shadow Moon is even less. Bleeding Hollow is going okay. Blackrock, not so much. So that might be something I do, but we still have this issue with this Draenic Dust, and we can't use it in these weapons. And here's Luminous Shards, which allows us to make it in shards, but we can't use it in weapons, so we can't make any gold off of it there. And under cloaks, again, we can do these enchants for cloaks, rings, and necks. Again, there are still temporal crystals, sorceress. Gift a critical strike. Is that gonna... No, it's not. Oh, it's being a pain in the butt. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it wouldn't be under weapon. It'd be under... I'm at cloak, aren't I? So let's just try gift. So we get twice as many of these gifts, but the weapon enchants, I mean, critical strike. Yeah, critical strike is 1/3. Or for, I mean, if I sold it for 1,000, then actually this enchant would make more gold, but I wouldn't sell it for 500. I would seriously undercut them. Oh, here's somebody who's already undercutting quite a bit. So this isn't nearly as good a deal. It'd be so much better for me just to, yeah, just go for the weapons, make a weapon, and of course your server might be different, but the weapons are going to turn around a little bit more gold for my undercutting. Yeah, here's haste. Again, it's very low. Somebody's really undercutting to sell these items to players who are, new players who want to use these enchants. So that might be something I do. I might go ahead and make some Mark of the Frost Wolves or Mark of the Shadow Moon. See, that was under weapon, wasn't it? So Mark of the Frost Wolf, I can make 4 of those. Shadow Moon was pretty bad. Yeah, Bleeding Hollow is also looking like it's starting to get undercut by quite a bit, but still, I bet you that they're going to make more money from selling these here than selling them here. Okay, so let's keep going. So we got Breath of Critical Strike. There's not... Where is it? Ring. Ring, ring, ring. Okay. Breath. Breath of Haste. Oh yeah. Those are going for very, very low. And then it goes up a little bit. You get Critical Strike. Breath of Critical Strike. So, I mean, that would be one way. You get a whole bunch, you make a whole bunch, take the Draenic Dust, make luminous shards, and then sell them as these really inexpensive enchantments people can use. People who don't want to spend tons of gold to get like the bigger gifts that are, hundreds of gold for just, a few more points. Well, it's not a few more points, it's a bit more points. But still, it's the benefit. You get a little movement speed. Here, that's 75 versus this one, which is 40. Yeah, it's just a little bit more. Maybe not worth paying 200 to 300 more gold for, that much, little bit more. But I would end up having to make a lot of these, and then you have to compete with people. I mean, there's not that many on the auction house, actually. But still, I'm sure luminous shards are probably luminous shards. Yeah, they're going for 20 each, maybe even less. So anyway, what I'm trying to get to is I'm trying to avoid the auction house, but this is one case where it might be smart because all I'm trying to pawn off are just a small number of items. Like I can make 4 of these. Maybe I can sell them for 1,000. Maybe I can sell them for 900 gold. I mean, that's something better than absolutely nothing. But I've got all of these. How come? Oh, okay. But I've got, all these Draenic Dust. What am I going to do with them? Am I going to make luminous shards out of them here? Am I going to do this? And then make all these cheap enchants that may or may not sell? Or do I go here and I make this toy and I make like 5,900 of them and it's only 1 Draenic Dust each, and then the sell price I can vendor them for 25 silver, 25 silver. And if I did that, it maths out to be about 1,000, almost 1,500 gold that I can just vendor and not have to go to the auction house. And it's like 30 minutes of headache. And maybe that would be better. I might make mode. If I could sell all these enchantments, these cheap enchantments, undercut and sell them and be done with them, yeah, I could probably make a considerable amount of gold selling that way. Let me see. I'm going to throw my calculator. We're doing 20. So it's 61. All right. 293 plus 61 equals 354. So I'd have 354 luminous shards. And then I could, if I did any assortment of these different breaths, the cheap very cheap breaths, and sold them for 20 gold each. So 354 times 20 equals 7,000. So yeah, that's a significant amount more, but that's only if I can offload 354 freaking enchants. Now it starts to sound like if I put that in there, I'm just going to flood the market, and everybody's going to hate me, and nobody's going to like me, and I'm not going to eat worms because I don't like worms. Not my hamburgers, not in, yeah, not my van, Sam, I am. Okay, I know that wasn't funny. I'm not editing this video. You're just going to have to deal with it. I just said something stupid. Alright. Got to work on New Year's resolution is to talk a little less and be a little more organized. Alright, so I just thought I'd share this with you, ideas of how to make a little gold before Legion launches. Maybe you missed out on this little toy, simple toy thing. If your auction house is inundated with players who are selling enchants and you're like, I'm never going to sell anything and I don't want to spend the next week, you know, dealing with the auction house trying to post and repost and trying to undercut people who are undercutting me. Instead, you could just be done with it here if you have like what I have. I just have so many of them. It just makes sense to just create all of them. Just do it. And take the easy gold, the easy, you know, I'm not going to make as much gold, but at least it's done and it's out of the way. So anyway, that's my video. I hope this has helped you a little bit in preparing for Legion and giving you ideas of how to take those Warlords of Draenor regents and other items that you got, and how to just get rid of them for as much gold as you can so you can get ready for, you know, the new expansion. Because, you know, every expansion the cost of items goes up, and you know, if you want to get that spider mount, that freaking thing, what is it, 2 million gold is it going to be? Oh my lord. Anyway, that's my video. Thanks for hanging around. Yeah, talk to you later, dudes.